Hey guys, Stay Patient here and welcome to my Overwatch review. As many of you will know, I'm a big trophy hunter, so much so that I'd often forego certain games with overly difficult trophies so as to retain my 100% trophy completion. I mean, no one has time to play every decent game anyway, and having trophies as a final deciding factor made it easier to choose which ones I'd spend my available time on. Now the reason I mention this is because Overwatch is a landmark game for me personally. It's the first game I've played on my account, knowing full well that I will likely never earn all the trophies due to their difficulty, and although most of you won't care about trophies as I do, that decision I made just goes to show how motivated I was to experience this game. And that motivation sort of came out of nowhere because I hadn't played any of the Overwatch betas. You see, although I enjoy online play, I'm more of a single player gamer. Most of my favourite games are solo experiences, and the online multiplayer modes that I have spent a lot of time with were for the most part quite a long time ago. But I do like to have one online title on the go alongside all my other games, so I have something to duck in and out of that provides bite-sized bursts of fun when I feel like a change of pace, and also gives me the option to play with friends. The problem is, there are so many online experiences to choose from these days, it's difficult to know which one will hold our attention and provide what we're looking for. When I heard that Overwatch had no significant progression system outside of unlocking cosmetic items, I understood why, as it's designed to provide fair competition, but I was disappointed at first because I enjoy always having something tangible to work towards in games like this. Before Battleborn released to some underwhelming reviews, I was actually leaning more towards that game due to its progression system. Anyway, with all these thoughts in mind, it literally wasn't until release day that I decided to bite the bullet and pick up a copy, and boy am I glad I did. My first impression was that all the comments I'd heard about how smooth and polished the gameplay is were totally true. The mechanics and general feel of the game are excellent, and the art style is very appealing. The length of the matches vary depending on how closely matched the teams are, of course, but for the most part they're quite short compared to a lot of games, which I like because if a game isn't going your way, you know that you'll have a fresh start before long, and they're just the right length to stay frantic and fun throughout. Looking at the large roster of characters though, and knowing that this is basically a MOBA, got me a little concerned that it might all be a bit overwhelming. So at first I stuck with a nice easy to understand Soldier 76 character that you're introduced to via the game's simple but effective tutorial. I took him into some matches against AI first of all, where a team of real players take on a group of AI controlled heroes that perform at different levels depending on which difficulty you choose. This is a great inclusion because it gives people chance to get in some practice with the character before heading into matches against real opponents, which of course can be daunting at first when you know most people have more experience than you thanks to the betas. When I did finally take our soldier friend online, I fared much better than expected, actually performing quite well. I think that's where the benefit of not having an unlock system for better gear comes into play. Everybody is on an even playing field, and the characters for the most part are very well balanced, meaning that although some people will outperform others due to skill or experience, everybody can perform well no matter how much playtime you've logged, and it never feels like one player is dominating the game too much. With this newfound confidence, I started trying out different characters, and soon realised that although they're all very unique and interesting, they're also very easy to pick up. And within a short amount of time you can feel like you're using a character correctly, at least to a certain degree. Now many games take so long to get accustomed to that during that steep learning curve it can be quite demoralising, not feeling like you're really contributing to the team effort due to your inexperience. Overwatch doesn't have this problem. Even on day one, I was soon racking up sizable kill streaks or helping our team to victory with strong performances as a medic, using characters I'd only just begun playing as. The game even awards you with a kill, or execution, when you assist someone else by just weakening the target. Features like this really help you to feel worthwhile through your early stages with the game, during which many games put people off if they feel they're unable to contribute effectively. There is of course room for characters to be mastered over time, but the game in general is very accessible. Now this is important because Overwatch's content comes in the form of characters, so feeling like you're able to play as most if not all of them is imperative for the lifespan of the game. There are 4 classes: Offense, Defense, Tanks and Support, with a total of 21 very distinct characters spread across them, with everything from leaping gorillas to cowboys and ninjas. Playing as each different character with all their unique abilities truly feels like playing a different game. So although there aren't all that many maps and very few game modes, each match feels different depending on who you're playing as, and due to the team composition having such an impact on how each team plays and how you personally need to adjust. So with this in mind, it begs the question, is it fun to play solo, or do you need to be part of a team to stand a chance? Well, it may be that in time, the number of casual solo players populating the servers right now so close to launch may die down, and the player base may skew more towards well-drilled teams that work together regularly. But at least for now, I was surprised how much fun it was to play as a solo player, even if no one is on a mic. Of course, if one team is all communicating together and the other has no way of doing so, then that will be apparent, but not so much so that it makes it no fun. One great feature that can help make sure your team is well set up and prepared for the task at hand is the fact that the game gives you advice on your team's composition. It'll tell you if you're short on certain classes or character types, or if you have too many of them depending on the game mode, and players can adjust accordingly to balance the team out better. If your team is well balanced across the different classes and everyone knows the basic role their character is expected to carry out, then there's no reason why a team with no communication can't perform well enough to be competitive. So this game is the perfect advocate for quality over quantity. A lot of games are slated for being bare bones or not containing enough gameplay, but Blizzard, being the skilled developers that they are, have managed to show everyone how a straightforward but focused PvP title can be a great experience. If you're after upgrade trees and unlocks that make your characters more powerful, then you won't find that stuff here, but I personally don't miss it. In fact, I wouldn't have it any other way due to the nice balance the game has as a result. Besides, in Overwatch, those key moments of gameplay where you really have an impact on the match provide all the rewards you could desire, and the very cool play of the game feature just adds to that feeling. Who needs a carrot on a stick when you have so many awesome and completely different characters to learn, and when each one of them is so much fun to play as right from the outset? It feels strange for me personally to be giving this game such a score, but with everything considered, I can't bring myself to go lower than a 9. For what it's trying to be, I can't see how it could have been any better. You can probably tell from the footage in the background that I've only played with a small number of the available heroes, so I can't wait to try out more, which I'm off to do now. But in the meantime, check out my other Overwatch videos, including a series I'm looking to do reviewing the characters from the viewpoint of a new player, or better yet, go out and buy it yourself if you haven't already. Thanks for watching guys, ciao for now.